So most houses on the planet are going to have a shut off like this. So what you would do is you would just turn this to the right and that would shut it off. So if you're looking in there, see that you can see through it and then it shuts it off. That's the way that works. So my shut offs are a little different. They are like this, right? Pull this ring out and then it shuts it off. So now I'm going to run the water. Good. So that means that the water did in fact shut off. If it didn't shut off, that means that those stops are not good. Make sure we're checking both cold and hot. All right, so we are good there. So now I'm going to undo this. So this is the water coming from the wall up into the sink. There's going to be a little water coming out of here. So I've got a little bowl, put it underneath it. And it's usually a good idea to have a rag on hand just in case. All right, it's not a lot of water. You can see that this is the cold. It's got the blue line, so just remember that. Got the cold right here. And this one's a little tight, so I'm gonna have to get a hold of it. This is my favorite type of pliers for this. It's a KNIPEX. What I really like about it for this is that it has no teeth on it, so I don't have to worry about actually damaging anything. Okay. And you probably won't have these. This is just another part of these white shutoffs. Just going to feed these two in. Alright, now if you're using a standard water shutoff, like every one that you see, all you would have to do is thread this in. And when you get it hand tight, so as tight as you can, then you grab a wrench and you give it an extra 1/4 turn. So that would be from here to there. And that's it. That's as far as you would want to go. You do not need to use Teflon tape for this because there is a gasket inside. So inside there's a little rubber gasket, and that's going to provide all the seal you need. So you do not need to use Teflon tape here, or plumbing tape, but you can if you want to. Now since I'm using flo-tite connections, so these weird ones where they're push-pull, I got to use these. These are unions. I actually bought these because I wasn't sure that I actually had these, but this is a union, and it's a 1/2 inch MIP by 3/8 compression fitting. So these are two completely different styles of threads that have to marry together. So this is a compression fitting. It uses compression threads. It's straight, it doesn't have any kind of a taper, and this is an MIP fitting. So it's not actually NPT because it's not tapered. It's MIP, so it's more like a pipe straight thread. That's very important if you have the flo-tite shutoffs. You have to have a 1/2 inch MIP by 3/8 compression. And I also don't have to use plumber's putty on this because this is plastic. Anytime you're using a plastic fitting, you do not need to use plumber's putty. Or tape. So this doesn't have to be super tight. I'm just holding the fitting, and I'm going to tighten this by hand. So that's good. I'm going to string this behind, so it'll be out of the way when I'm done. Tighten this on. And I'm grabbing by the brass union. I'm going to give this an extra 1/4 turn. Okay, so the hot side's done. And for the cold side. Alright, so we are connected behind the sink. So now I'm just going to turn the water back on.